Hi guys, in this video we're going to talk about how to create a book project and get you started with LifeSketch. From your homepage, we just click Create a Book Project. Now, if this is the first time you're using it, you're going to get this pop-up, and it's a shortcut to help you customize the way that you use LifeSketch. So we're going to skip this for now, and what we're doing is we're now going to create your first book project. So what do I want my book to be about? Maybe it's my early years. Okay. I can write a description. And then you're also going to see that we have created 4 different book types. There might be more down the road. We're thinking about a couple more types to add. But for right now, there's a life sketch, which is very simple. I want to create stories from my life. We can have an autobiography, which is a little bit more in depth. And then we have a memoir that style's more for if you have, particular themes and things like that that you want to share in your life story. And maybe it's less about the linear timeline of your life. Maybe you've got a business and you want to create a book that really showcases your business journey and creates authority about who you are. The business book type is great for that. What does that really mean, each of these book types? Well, the AIs that we've trained within this tool, understand what makes those books really work well. And so picking that book type will kind of get you a head start into having the AI help you really form the trajectory or the arc of those books to fit that style. Also, within each of the book types, you have lessons. They're optional. Some people never even use them, but they're great ways where you can just follow each lesson, and lesson by lesson, it helps you build out your story. I'm finding that most of us already have a pretty good idea of what we want to do. We're not even going to use that. We're just going to jump in, start creating our stories, start organizing our chapters, and getting to go. But you might say, I actually would love a little more help with that. That's what the lessons are for. To begin with, on your very first one, I would just click Life Sketch. It's a great one to start with, and you can create your book. Once you've created your book, you're going to see there's a new card on your page. It's the name of the book. We can see it's the style that we picked, and I can open it. Or I've got some options here. I can rename it. I could convert it to memoir, autobiography if I want to change the type. I can delete it. Maybe I don't want to delete it, but I want it to disappear. So I could archive it, and then it goes, you have to click here to find it. These are user preferences that users have really requested of me, and we've added it in there to make it customized to be as helpful as possible for you. Just know, for the most part, you're going to create it, you're going to click open, and what you're going to find now is you're in the project. This is what it looks like when you're inside a book project. You can see up here the title of the book is now underneath my logo. So I can click the logo and go back to the main screen. I can go into my book. I can click right here. I can see it. And there's 4 main tasks that we do. Often we're adding new stories. We might be building out the timeline of our life. The timeline is more of a internal structural tool that allows you to make notes for yourself. You can say, okay, these are the main events that happened, and then you can make lots of notes for yourself and really create that spine that your book is built upon. Before your book is published, though, we got to put it into chapters. The book builder helps you actually create each of the chapters that all of your stories go into. So I would think about it as timeline as an internal structure to kind of really just map out everything that you want. And then from that, you actually build out the specific chapters, and then you can print or export your book to digital. So that's the timeline in the book builder. In other videos, we'll go through each of those and you can see exactly how they work. And then we also have the scene library. Once you've created a story, you've captured a story, you've talked to the AI, it generated it into a story, all those are found in the scene library. And you'll notice that these first 4 options are also here on the side. Now, there's a lot of extra things that are here to help you as well. Okay, we're not going to go through these right now, but in time we will. Nothing is off limits. Click anything you want. We have a scene coach. We've got a book coach. The scene coach helps you make your scenes better. The book coach helps you really, it analyzes one. Let's say you've written 10 stories, you've put them in your chapters, you're feeling pretty good about it, but you're thinking, man, it sure be cool if I could take this to a professional author or a college professor of English and say, hey, look this over and tell me what you think. How can we make it better? We've created an AI that does that. In fact, LifeSketch is kind of like when you think about Marvel and they've got the Avengers. Well, LifeSketch is actually created. It's a group of 5 different AIs. You have Coupe, which is the one to help you. We've got the interviewer. We've got one that's a writer. And then we also have 2 coaches. One is your scene coach and one is the book coach. And all of those are there to help you really move things forward. Okay, so we've created your book project. You're now in it. We can either build out your timeline or your book builder, or we could, and once we've done that, we could see the scene library. I've skipped the most obvious one, which is how do we add a new story? So the next step, once we've created your book project, for most people is to add your first story. You probably have something on your mind. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to add a new story. I'm also going to have a video on how to use the timeline and another one on how to use the book builder.